Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's well on this Friday afternoon. Welcome, welcome. This is the Qweird, I love that, the Queird Words Artist Showcase. I'm so happy that you're all here. We are here for the youth. I would like to introduce Taj and Allah, and I will have Taj and Allah talk to all of you about the Qweird Words Artist Showcase and about what they've been doing. The floor is yours, you two.
You go first, Taj.
Why I gotta go first? I'm always underprepared.
Well, I'll go first, and I'll set the tone for you, Taj.
All right.
My name is Allah Ashimare. I am the youth program officer at New Haven Pride Center, and we are bringing you a showcase that is like really dope. We're so excited to share this work with you. We've been working with these young folks for a couple of weeks now, and I'm just gonna tell you, these young people are fire. I can't even, I'm afraid to even spit some of my own stuff up here because I'm like, it's not even as good as these young folks. So thank you so much for taking your Friday out to chill with us and experiencing the mind and breadth of these amazing young people. Taj?
Yep. And just for y'all information, the Queird Words workshop is a workshop that we've been doing for the past 3 weeks with young queer people of all ages. Well, not of all ages, from age 13 to 24, but of all ages. That's just all I'm going to say. And yeah, a lot of these poems have started. A lot of these poems and these pieces and these writings have started within the workshop and have been revised by them. So this is work that's been happening over the course of 3 weeks, and we hope you enjoy them. There's also other people outside of Qweird Words who are also some beautiful poets who have been working with the word and doing stuff within the word for years now. So that's cool.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you, you two. I really appreciate it. So to kick us off, right now I see on the list first up is Oliver. So Oliver, you can hear. Beautiful.
Hi, I'm Oliver, and I'm going to be reading 2 things that I wrote. This first one is called Pinocchio. I've always hated Pinocchio. He was so blinded by the fact that his body wasn't what he wanted it to be that he didn't notice that he was a real boy all along. If he had just gone on being himself, people wouldn't have made a big deal about it. But it was always a big deal to him. No matter what other people said, all he saw was his wooden body, his legs that could not move right, his joints that bent too far, his skin that was not supple, his eyes made of pine and not muscle, his nose that was far too long. Everyone around him told me that he would always be made of wood, and he could never change how he was born, or rather that he would always be wood, not flesh and bone. Everyone told him what he could and couldn't do, who he could and couldn't be, just because of what he was made of. Pinocchio, of course, tried anyways. He knew in his heart that he was a real boy, even if no one else could see it. Perhaps this is the reason I hate him so much. We both want the same thing. I see myself in him. The only difference is he was made of wood and I of XX. I have another one. This one is called She. I couldn't find it. Okay. She died that night, in that cold hospital room, that night of dissociation and fuzzy fear. I did not die that night, you see. She did. She, the donner of dresses and the wearer of makeup. She of the broken smiles and broken hearts and broken skin. She, the best friend turned prison guard. Stockholm Syndrome made me none the wiser. She had taken over my life. At first I didn't notice her, or rather that she was wrong. Smooth angles and pastel colors and flowers, sickly sweet scents. It was too late for me. She overwhelmed me until I only saw her, and I hated her. She looked perfectly fine, but imperfectly not me. She drove me to madness, up all night, crying in agony, unable to function for days at a time, hiding under layers and layers of thick clothes to hide a problem I didn't know I had. Every time someone said her name, it felt like thorns around my throat, but they only saw the roses. I didn't know she was making me sick until I saw her razor-sharp teeth, and I just knew she was killing me, slowly. But what is there to do when your biggest problem is far too close for comfort, following you around like a stray dog or a shadow? I had to fight back. A wound here, a cut there. I made her bleed out. I cut off her nails and her hair until I looked so little like her that we were polar opposites. She still had power over me, but now I had control. The more people I told, the less of her existed, until that night, in that hard, uncomfortable chair, in that itchy blue gown, in that cold, cold room, shaking for hours, unmoving. I got rid of her once and for all, pulled the plug on the monster inside of me, and that was the night I became a man. Her ghost still haunts me, of course, trails me incessantly. I'm not sure she'll ever go away, but I have power over her now. I have a whole army. I have words and clothes and hair that are me, and she has none of me at all. I am not her. That's all I have to share.
Wow. Oliver. What? Pinocchio and she. Wow. What is there to do when your biggest problem is far too close to comfort? Amazing. We snap in poetry, people. And a quick gem of why we snap in poetry. 1950s, the Beatniks, they were a poetry group, and they held poetry readings in New York in the basement of an apartment complex. And the reason why they snapped was because they didn't want to clap to disturb their neighbors. Also, when you snap, you can hold your drink in the other hand. So that's the history of snapping. Oliver, wow. That was, yeah, that was phenomenal. I wish I could see everybody else. See, the thing, I love this app, like it seems great, but what I don't like Zoom, you can see everybody else at the same time. So I would love to see all your faces right now just to see the reactions, but wow, phenomenal. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Next up, and by the way, people, if I slaughter your name, I'm so sorry. I apologize ahead of time if I slaughter your name. So next on the list, I see is it Mal or is it Mal? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, but Mal's piece is next, read by Alan. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read Mal's piece. The title, the first one is An Emulation of a Boy at the Edge of Woods by Said Jones, and it's Latinx at climax of coming. Out of breath and salty skin, out of fresh mud crust cleats before it hardens. Bare feet before grassy field, feet dash past empty goalie, net with ball in hand. Hopping over park's asphalt strips to reach rocky outskirts where sand dunes lie, bearing each step deeper. Heat evaporates underground, and I face the coolness of sea mist. So that was Latinx at climax of coming. And then the second poem by Mal is Distant Alma Displacements by Mal. Entierro mis uñas into pavement cracks, raise the middle and flip. Mis mundos collapsing neatly. Sleeping giant grows gorgeous curves, and La Maliche whispers creaks onto tierra back. All these elm trees uproot their pebble boundaries. I bury these lenguas under Santa Rosa and First United Church. Pack the fruits they bear into the last Posada Consuelo. Plant semillas bathed in humid panza acid. Carry nuestras raíces on the hairs of our colas. And so, yeah, those were the pieces written by Mal. And so yeah.
Wow. Well, Alan, first of all, thank you for that, because it's not easy reading someone else's pieces, but it's beautiful that you're being Mal's voice that's needed. That's a beautiful thing. Sleeping giant grows gorgeous curves. Okay. All right, Mal. Like, what? Phenomenal. I mean, it's so phenomenal. I almost want you to read them again. like what? Wow. And again, Allah and Taj, shout out to y'all. Y'all have done a great job. I teach spoken word for a living. Even though I am a spoken word artist, I teach spoken word. And so it's amazing what youth and students can do and what comes out. Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to the New Haven Pride Center. Love y'all. Thank y'all. The Word. Love you. Thank you. And the International Festival of Arts and Ideas. Thank you very much. Major shout out to y'all. But yeah, Alan, thank you. And Mal, thank you. Jeez. Next up, I think you guys said Florian is not here, unfortunately. So I believe next up is Taj. I see on the list.
Yo, I'm back.
I love the nail polish, by the way.
Thank you. I just repainted my nails last night.
Get it?
Tripping. But I'm reading two poems. One is called Dementor's Monologue, and one is called Dyke. Also, apologies, because it's kind of loud where I live. So if you hear background noise, my bad. But first, I'm reading Dementor's Monologue. Trigger warning for both of these. One is it's not too horrible, but it does go to dark places, and the second one also does. So, I am the creature in the corners of your room when you cry away days upon days of sorrow. The monster under your bed that you forgot existed. I am your hopelessness chipping away at every reason you have to move. The weight you feel on your chest when the scent of death is fresh on your tongue. Darkness ain't strong enough to describe me. I am a black hole. I suck every bit of light from your body so fast you forget it was ever there. It's nothing personal, kid. I can't help what I've become. The minute I walk into a room, my pores hunger for the joy I can't produce. They open wide and pull every good thing into my body, but it always disappears. Black holes can't make light. Black holes can't even sustain light, but my body still hungers, thinking this bit of happiness might turn me back into what I was before this. It never works. They call me the scum of the earth. They say I come from the disgusting crevices of the bathroom walls, growing, festering like some sort of mold. They call me evil and soulless, but how else am I supposed to be when the need for joy cripples my very being? I need more and more and more. And when they said misery loves company, they ain't never lied. Because if I take away someone else's joy, they'll be just like me. A husk aimlessly wandering the gallows, doomed to drown in their own sins. Will I find my joy in them? The past don't exist for me no more. I dropped it when I kissed my first man and felt the life drain from his body. When I watched his skin turn as gray as mine and pull tight against my bones. I don't remember his name, but I remember that was the closest I've ever felt to warmth in a long time. It wears off after a while, you know? Nothing sticks in your head when all you do is consume. Nothing good ever comes from being greedy, but greedy is all I can be. I can't help it. The others found joy in their despair. They revel in the death they cause, relish the souls they feed on. I can't find my happiness there. I'm not like them, not yet. But I need to eat all the same. I'm sorry, boy, but you're mine now. And here is my second poem. Titled Dyke. When I had come back from clothes shopping in summer of 2018, I proudly showed my mother my haul, as was customary in our household. But today she was not so amused. She stared blankly at the cargo shorts in my hand, looked right through me, said to my sister, "She thinks she's a dyke." I stayed silent. I went to my room and cried until my pillow was soaked in my tears. I plastered a smile on my face until the day that I couldn't and was surrounded by bright hospital lights, but that ain't me no more. So how about we go back? Let's reverse time. Let's put me in the body of little pretty Taj. She said to my sister, she thinks she's a dyke. I said, nah. You think that giving birth is a necessity, that this womb was designed to be invaded and feasted off of for 9 months in order to supply you with grandbabies. You think that when my head popped out, when the doctor spanked me and declared my womanhood, that was a permanent that was written in permanent marker on my chest and vagina, but you forgot this marker ain't so permanent when it's written on skin. You think that my body is not mine, that it was molded by some god and I have no business to be fucking with forces I don't understand, that when a man places his hand on you, you are his and ain't nothing you could do about it. You think this ass was meant to be grabbed by a man and shit. I don't mind that, but when he does, he better understand this cake is a delicacy and I'm giving him a treat. You think I'm supposed to be feminine, be smooth, dainty, easy to be broken, but ma, you shattered me enough times for me to grow some thicker skin. I'm hardly hurt by nothing now. You think I'm supposed to be complacent, but here I am, stubborn as fuck. I get my way. I make shit happen, and even if I was a woman, that would still be so. You think my tongue is meant to be held, but honestly, it's always been untamed and I ain't willing to train it. You think this body is rigid, that my brain is rigid, that I'm rigid, but I've always went with the flow, and that flow just happened to lead to me wanting a penis. You think that this is a phase, but even if it was, how does that make it any less valid? It's funny that you want me to be a stereotype, but when it comes down to feelings I'm supposed to swallow and plaster a smile on my face to satisfy you. And where have I heard that before? You think my pain is a delusion, that my dysphoria is a mirage, that everything I know about myself is a lie, and I'll tell you it was until the first needle pricked my skin, until the testosterone flowed into my veins and I felt alive for the first time in my entire life. I suppose you think happiness is a delusion too. Ain't no way I can find happiness in something you don't understand. Ain't no way I know myself more than you or any other man does, but please tell me more about how God makes no mistakes. You see, I'm getting tired of this discourse. Arguing for my existence isn't just degrading, it's fucking boring shit. Maybe I'm trans just because I wanted to add some spice to my life, because when I tell you my body is screaming, telling me I'm a man and that this woman's body is wrong, you always call me a liar. Ma, you can call me anything. You can call me a dyke, a bitch, a retard, or whatever else you weaponize, but calling me a liar, calling me a woman ain't even offensive. It's just dumb, because that's simply not true. My therapist told me if I confronted you, I shouldn't be accusatory. But shit, it's 2018. We haven't even met yet. And how is this an accusation when it's all true? You think I need your support to continue living as a man? Ma, you were never my supporter. In fact, you were one of my only detractors. And I ain't a kid no more, so I can give less of a fuck what anybody thinks, even if that person saying it happens to be my mother. You think I need validation to define myself, but the only validation I need has come from my own head and spilled onto my body. I don't need you. She said to my sister, she thinks she's a dyke. I said, nah. You think I'm a woman. That's all.
Taj, wow. Wow, phenomenal. You think that giving birth is a necessity. Flatline. You think this body is rigid. No way I can find happiness in something you don't understand. All right, Taj. Phenomenal. And I'm assuming I know you spelled dyke the right way. That's my thing with people. People always mention dyke, but spell it like it rhymes with bike. Spell it the right way.
Right?
It's unbelievable. And wow. Shout out to all of y'all. It's wow. Y'all are amazing. And it's the struggle is real. You can feel it. You know what people in our community go through. And shout out to y'all who, it's funny because I asked the question on Facebook last week. I've asked random questions on Facebook since 2016. I got to figure out my life. What am I going to do with them? Seriously, because so many people are like, yo, your questions. I just like to engage people. I love the dialogue. And the question I asked was, did your family accept you when you first came out? See what I'm saying? No matter which way. And it was intriguing, the answer. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of no's, unfortunately, to culture, to, the pain. It's real. It's definitely real. So shout out to you and anyone who's expressing their truth and living in their truth. That's what it's about in life. Do your best to live in your truth, no matter what that truth is. And yes, just know your truth will offend some people, but who cares? Still be you. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, still be you. Do your best to always live in your truth. I understand why some don't are in that closet because they're afraid. They don't want to be disowned. It's family. We care about when in school, you cared about the principal or the teacher, less than your own family. Does that make sense when you got in trouble?
Yeah,
It's
I was in the closet for a good 2 years to my family.
Yeah.
I came out to my school way before I came out to my family. So
Yeah, see? But I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you because your family, those are the people you want to accept you and love you the most over anybody, in my opinion, you know. So again, beautiful. That's so great. Love it. Thank you so much to Taj.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh shoot. I think next on the list is myself. So for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Versatile Poetic. I'm a host. I'm a spoken word artist and an educator, like I said earlier. I've been performing spoken word for about 10 years now, and I've been teaching it for about 8 years around the state of Connecticut at numerous different schools. I've done a lot of work in New Haven, actually. So, and I'm just very blessed to be connected with the New Haven Pride Center. I've worked with them before. They're great, great people. Shout out to Patrick, the reason why I'm here. Thank you so much for reaching out to me, Patrick. I love you. Thank you so much. So I'll do a poem. I've been performing this poem for about 10 years. I wrote this poem in college when I was at the University of Hartford. And it's carried me. It's shocking. Poetry has taken me places, y'all, that I never thought I would be. Even as a host. I also host dance battles. I just never thought in my life. So for those of you who are interested in writing, keep doing it. It's what we need. Writing is everything. It's music. It's books. It's articles. It's blogs. It's everything. So and tell your story. Why should you tell your story? Because people should have maybe behaved better. That's just my theory. And tell your story because your story could help and heal other people. So tell it. Anyway, this poem's called Me. I'll do my best with it. I hope that you learn something about me. And I also hope that you all learn something about yourselves. To even try to depict me, do me a favor. Grab a Dutch with flavor. I'll break up the words and roll the knowledge. Now you hold the intellect. Wait, hold it. Feel the stimulation and blow the poetry. Now that you've inhaled this poetic high, let's give it a try. What do you wonder when you see a woman living not by what's supposed to be? 5'8", long hair, thick thighs, little booty, and brown skin, like under the blankets of materialism that covers my exterior and traps my interior. I'm a foreign lesson unknown to you, so approach me with caution. My mind is dense and hard a beating nightmare, athletic, ambitious, and outgoing, a trait that don't create me. I'm a fiend for pulling the trigger and blowing away ignorance. I despise the fools that label themselves because society said so. Don't define me because definitions are a best friend to Webster. And don't try to look for the 411 of me because Wikipedia won't tell you the full truth. My swag buzzed through like a good, at least I'm thinking, what? My attitude doesn't reflect what they thought, but what they see in me. I'm a rebel to the rules and a conformist to the abnormal. You see, most eyes that are set upon me see an image of a male. Why? They say men wear this and women wear that. Claims who? Well, I wear those and these, so I am this and that together. My uniqueness is fed as different, but swallowed as judgment. And I have a personality that isn't personable, I must confess. An emotion you can never configure. It's no advertisement. You see, women snicker when I pass by because they're intrigued by my mystery and trapped by the closet. Men beam when I walk by, showing their lip because they think I got in between their women's split. I laugh because if my clothes were off, those men would hit. Now let's penetrate a little deeper. You roll the knowledge this time. People like me get killed for their existence. And when I die, I'm going out smiling, knowing I was me. You see, many wear masks because they're horrified by who they really are. Now, please wash down what I said with a glass of sense, because we got to make it common to the people so they understand. My sexuality isn't my preference. It's only my resource. What is me? Poetry is me. Music is me. A white rose is me. Genesis is me. Darfur is me. Four little girls in Alabama is me. Matthew Shepard is me. Troy Davis is me. Trayvon Martin is me. Mike Brown is me. Eric Garner is me. Tamir Rice is me. Alton Sterling is me. Sandra Bland is me. Ahmaud Arbery is me. George Floyd is me. Breonna Taylor is me. Anybody brutalized by the police that didn't make the national news is me. Black Lives Matter is me. Donald Trump is not me. COVID-19 is not me. Sandy Hook Elementary School is me. Pulse Nightclub is me. Las Vegas, Nevada is me. Charleston, South Carolina is me. Love is me. Pain is me. War is me. Terror is me. The woman in New York City that holds the torch is me. Discover something. Oh, it is seen. It's felt. It's known. And it's lived. Who am I? You all are me. Thank you very much. My name is Versatile Poetic. It's an honor to share with all of you. Hello. We're back.
That was so amazing. Y'all are so dope. I'm so excited and honored to be in to share this space with y'all. Todd, you know the black hole one was my favorite one, but I never heard Dyke before. I was like, why you know my life like this? Like,
yeah. I just finished writing that. I think Wednesday. I just finished it on Wednesday. But I started writing it during one of the workshops, and I was like, I might as well share it.
Yeah,
I
was like, what?
Yeah, phenomenal.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And yo, it's just, I don't know. That, and it's crazy because I'm not mass presenting, you know what I mean? But I still balked all my parents' things, and I just was like, dag, like, it wasn't the shorts, it was something else. But like, I remember that moment. It was like, and I'm an older youth, you know, so those years was, you know, a long time ago. But that feeling still is like that dismissal, that feeling like you being thrown away by the one person you want, and like, or we would be wanting our parents' love, even if they're messed up individuals. We still be wanting them to just at least accept us. And I still deal with that with my mom today. I'm almost to the point where I'm just like,
shoot, I'm already to that point. Honestly, like, fuck it. Like, I'm doing me. It don't matter no more.
No, it's a real thing. I've had an argument. I mean, a big fight, even with my own brother. I'm a LeBron James fan. He's like my favorite player currently, right? He's a faggot. And it triggers me upset. Why are you calling? Yeah, but you're not in that same category. You're ignorant. You can't even see. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I argue with their own family members that can't see. He accept me for the most part, but he doesn't, because when he gets mad, I'm the dyke.
Mm-hmm.
When he gets mad, the truth comes out. You get it now, you're attacking my sexuality when he's angry. And I don't appreciate it, you know? So it's, you know, I'm blessed that I wasn't kicked out of my family, if that makes sense. You know, I wasn't highly disowned.
Yeah.
But there's been comments unnecessary. You know, there's been unnecessary comments that were made. So I definitely went through some stuff. But shout out to those of you, and you have my, you know, my sympathy and my empathy for those of you who were disowned and have been disowned by your own families just because of your truth. It makes no sense to me, but that's how it is, you know, unfortunately.
And Verse, we want to thank you for naming those names. And I've heard both of those pieces before. I always get excited when you do both of them. Like, the first one, I'll be getting real ratchet. I'm like, yeah. I tap into my inner Black Lives Matter. And, you know, I appreciate you shouting names out. And unfortunately, we got to always keep adding to the name. which is like
I could have went, and I hate to, and sorry for those who I missed to name. Hate to say it. We know how long the list really is.
yeah.
You know? The last three were just, they're the new names. I just add to it. The Donald Trump thing, I've just thrown that in there. You know, like I said, I've been covering that piece for 10 years. So you go on for days about what, you know, but it's that piece has carried me tremendously, and it always seems to hit home. So one to keep in my back pocket, you know.
Yeah. We wanna shout out the whole reason why we're here for Queird Words. We want to shout out. Hold on, there we go.
Advice from the lights.
By Stephanie Burr. These poems, we used Stephanie's work, who was a amazing trans author, and she is a professor at Harvard. And she wrote some other amazing literary works, but here we go. We used this as our focal point and like our inspiration for Queird Words. Almost, I think everyone did a personification piece that shared today, and that was one of the things we were inspired by. Here we go. Stephanie's amazing writing. So please get in touch and please follow Arts and Ideas, because they're doing amazing stuff, all based on advice. There we go. Advice from the Lights. They have a bunch more programming going on. So if this is something that is like, oh my God, this is amazing, please follow us on The Word, follow us on New Haven Pride Center, follow us on the International Festival of Arts and Ideas to find out all the many more amazing things that are happening in the city based off this amazing book. And if you haven't yet gotten it, please do. And you can contact the Pride Center for one too.
Also, shout out to Qweird Words. A lot of the poetry in the workshops was surrounded around poems by Qweird Words and Stephanie Burr alike. So shout out to both of those artists. Like, they're both dope. You guys definitely should look into them. They're fire.
Yes, Alok has a new book. And I'm terrible with stuff, so I'm not gonna say the name of it and mess it up. But Alok has a new book. At the Pride Center, I found one of his other books, I believe. So please look into these dope, amazing queer artists. Like, we out here, we can read our own material. We don't have to go to where we're not welcome. You know what I mean? We have our own literary people, and you got to see these young folks up here are absolutely dope. I know, like, dope ages me and everything, but I'm still sticking to it. Y'all are really dope.
Oh, real? You can say that again. Got me saying I got to go back and start writing.
Right.
Y'all are not playing no games, so for real. Shout out to y'all for working with these youth, though. This is you see, yeah, it's beautiful to see what the work done. For real, excellent.
Yeah. I'm definitely inspired. I have to do some spoken word this weekend, tomorrow actually, and I've been using like the prompts to actually write for those things on my own. So I'm like really excited and inspired by these young folks. Y'all,
yeah, it's phenomenal. And right now we are triggered. I'm an angry Black woman. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I am if anybody follows me, you can see on Facebook, I'm angry. I'm going off. I'm tired of this sugar honey iced tea. You know, I think we all are. And I just don't know if I'm going to see the positivity and the love and the healing in my lifetime. And I'm 33. I've lost faith, you know, so.
I don't know, man. I think like that's why we create stuff like Queird Words, because we have like, I'm trying to tell you, when I was young and queer and in high school, I really didn't have any of these spaces.
Yes.
And had to go find my own family and stuff, and like really struggle doing that. And I think like it's so dope that we're able to provide this space for young writers and young creatives, because we some of the most creatives. We could be really depressive if we don't get to get our art out. So it's really good to be able to see this happening and being inspired and being in space. And
yeah, it's healing. It's definitely healing, you know?
It is a healing space. We just need more of them.
Yes.
More of them. We gotta figure out how to do Qweird too, because we got Qweird Words Qweird or something, because
yes.
Queer squared.
Hey everybody, can I just say, when we come back like to normalcy in society, can we do this in person?
Yeah,
we can do it all again. The same poem. I don't care what it is. Can we please, I hope you all hear me, can we do this again in person when it's safe? Whenever that'll be. Okay? That'll be
we gotta wait. We can't even wait though. We have to create, I mean, like, and hopefully some of you young folks I'm about to do a Pride Center plug. Hopefully some of you young folks and y'all network can push and share out our youth safe space, because we're looking to create just more safe spaces for young folks, and unfortunately we have to do it online, and so it's, you know, it's sometimes don't always feel as safe as in person, but we do have a space just for young folks every Thursday, 6 o'clock. We're about to drop our IG because we know the young people ain't on Facebook, only the old people are. So, you know, we're livening it up, but we need some more young people to share those things and share those events and fill up that space that we have on Thursdays for y'all. Look us up on Pride Center page. We change the Zoom link every week to avoid Zoom bombing for safety reasons. So definitely check in every week. And we think we're going to start a RSVP just so we can not put the Zoom link on the internet anymore.
Okay, beautiful. Can I do a quick plug of two things? I host an open mic myself bi-weekly. It's called the Corner Open Mic at Kimura's Cultural Corner. Yeah. So and Kimura's who connected me to Patrick. That was that whole connection. That's how I'm connected. It's Kimura, as you see. So it's a bi-weekly open mic that's on Zoom. Okay. So the flyer, Ann Go makes the flyer. She'll make the next one. We will put it out. So look out for that. Also, a friend of mine, she's part of the Fleet DJs, and she contacted me, and there's perfect timing today, and told me on June. I'll try to maybe even type it, some of it in the chat. I also have the flyer, so I'll send it to y'all. Okay, so you can post it. What it is, it's the summer kickoff. It's going to be June 20th, right? And it's from 2 to 6 p.m. They're looking for teen DJs, producers, photographers, artists, bloggers, models, hosts to join the hottest DJ crew in the world. You get to meet the team. They have the sign up link. I'm just reading this. It's on Zoom on the flyer. So on June 20th, you get to show out from 2 to 6 on Zoom. Okay, here's the flyer. So I will send it to y'all. Okay, and you can get it. Make sure you please get it to the youth. They have an age limit 13 to 18, but she told me because she knows me, if it's anybody who's younger or whatever, we can get you in. Okay, so it's specifically 13, 18. It's for the young ones. Okay, so yeah, I'll send y'all that information.
Since y'all plug your stuff, I might as well plug the
yes,
word.
Please do.
Oh yeah. Y'all plugging the word, you know, follow us on Instagram at theword.nh. Email us the word newhaven@gmail.com. Like, email us. We hold events. Right now, obviously, things are a bit crazier. Usually we would do weekly word workshops, but we haven't been doing that recently because of everything that's been going on. But if you're added to our email list, you can DM us on Instagram or whatever, so you can get added to our email list. We can email you whenever we have events available, performance opportunities available, like today. So, like, you know, also we have an open mic at the end. So if you actually want to perform at the end of this, you can just say you want to perform in the live comments, and you can come up here and you can perform and talk your shit, like, you know?
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Taj and Allah. We do have some people on the list. And again, I apologize if I mispronounce your name, okay? Please bear with me. It looks like there's Adrian on here. Adrian, you are up. Hi, Adrian.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, so my name's Adrian. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm a high school senior in New Haven. Okay, wait, let me get this lighting figured out. All right, so I got my Black and Brown Queer Camp t-shirt on. I love this. A shout out to Black and Brown Queer Camp by the Citywide Youth Coalition. So today I'm going to be sharing a poem that I wrote recently just about my identity and what being non-binary means to me. So here it is. All right, let me just get this lighting right. I'm sorry, y'all. Is non-binary. My very being is resilient and fiery. I am who I am in all my finery. My pronouns are required, not preferred. All I wish is to be seen and heard. And yes, I am always using they, them, regardless of if my presentation is femme. Sometimes I wonder how much of my conditioned femininity is truly me, or if the presentation to appreciate the true me is what I wish others could see. My gender is more than you can comprehend. To be something I'm not would be a hard act to pretend. I'm learning to decolonize my mind and open my brain. Sticking to my assigned place in the binary is something I can't feign. I am fluid and free-flowing. I am infinite, complex, and ongoing. My expression knows no confines. Only around accepting people can I truly shine. My presentation knows no label. I am like a river, never still nor stable. So what if I talk about my identity a lot? With internalized queerphobia, I have long fought. My sexuality is something I hold close to me. It's something I had to battle for, but now I'm free. So what if, like a girl, I don't behave? So what if I don't want to shave? Why is body hair something that makes others stop and stare? My hair is beautiful, it's natural, it's simply there. I like to categorize myself with the word queer. For some, the term causes rather than comfort causes fear, but for me it's ambiguity and infinite possibility, and it's something I hold dear. We all have our unlearning to do to see queer people for who they are through and through. We need to be able to see gender for what it is in reality, a made-up system that's caused widespread assimilation and mortality. Thank you.
Wow. I am who I am in all my finery. My hair is beautiful. It's natural. It's simply there. We all have our unlearning to do. Ain't that the mofo truth? Wow, Adrian. Thank you for that. And Adrian, extra love and compassion to you, because I've always thought, like I graduated high school 2005, college 2009. Due to the pandemic, I feel for you. What it would, like how I would have reacted or to deal with not having a graduation ceremony, like to deal with being out of school and the whole nine yards. So my heart and love and compassion, everything to you for that alone, and by the way, all of the people in the LGBTQI plus community, you're magic. They're just haters. You know why? Because some of them are mad they can't live in their gets deep. You get it? We fear what we don't understand. They want to be like you. We're superheroes. But they can't. Some of them can't. They're just afraid, so they want to hate. They want to kill. They want to hurt it. It's kind of like black people where we're going through the same thing. You're magical. You see what I'm saying? They're mad. They don't know how to handle it. Just know it's the truth. When you really think about it.
They can't handle our beauty, resilience, complexity. Too much for them to comprehend.
They can't handle it. So
they can't handle us.
They can't. Thank you so much, Adrian. Much love.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So that was phenomenal. Next, Alan. Just unmute yourself, Alan.
I apologize for that. So this is a poem that I wrote, and it was sort of for me looking into the future. I think now that I'm graduating high school, I think looking to the future is something that I've had, and so this poem is about that. And it's called Two Roads. The road ahead was clear. Find a beautiful woman, marry, have kids. Mom sang it to me through Spanish lullabies. Dad praised the road ahead, and grandparents waited in anticipation to see me go down this road with their own eyes. The road ahead was clear and already paved for me, clear and awaited my vehicle so readily. The road ahead was clear. My parents constantly told me that the happiness accompanied by the road was a guarantee. The road ahead was clear until it wasn't, until I hit this roadblock. It came to me as a surprise. There was no knock where I could refuse to open the door to this new road. There was no lock where I could focus on the road ahead, which was so clear. The road ahead was clear, but then again, doubts interfered. And a new road appeared, with twists and turns and what my mom would call concerns. So the road ahead was no longer clear. With the inability to steer and the constant state of fear, how could I be queer? Yet after all the uncertainty, my mother insisted that the road ahead was clear for me. And sure, I could embark on the so-called clear road, but some things were made clear. The road ahead could no longer guarantee a chance for me to be happy. The road ahead was no longer free. It came at the cost of forgetting the possibility of a curvy road. My parents tell me I should count myself lucky that I could still go on to the road that fills them with glee. That I had a choice, and so by that logic, I should choose the right one. That I should choose the road ahead that was oh so clear. The truth is, the road ahead isn't clear. The road ahead has lots of curves.
Wow. So Alon, that was phenomenal. For some reason though, I apologize. The last couple of lines you got muted.
Yeah, I can go back. I'm so sorry.
Yes, you can. Yeah, if you don't mind, do the last 3-4 lines, please.
Yeah. So I was like, the truth is the road ahead. The truth is the road ahead isn't clear. The road ahead has lots of curves, filled with twists and turns and lots of swerves, and it's not defined by an ending. Find a beautiful woman, marry, have kids. It's defined by the journey. Find a guy or a girl or a partner who makes you happy. If it didn't work out, it's okay. The road hasn't ended. There's so much more to explore. The road of love has no end. That much is clear of the road ahead.
Love it. Phenomenal. Wow. This new road appeared with twists and turns, and it was concern from your mom. That was great. The road ahead doesn't guarantee me a chance to be happy. And wow, and defined by your journey. And the road metaphor is so real and authentic. I love that. You get what I'm saying? Because we all are on it. Now, the crazy part, we all didn't expect the coronavirus to be a part of our road and journey right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're all being tested on how I think this virus is going to, it's a blessing in disguise for some people. I think it's going to help people and, make them better, but it's going to hurt and kill a lot of people too. Unfortunately, it already has. You see what I'm saying? So listen, I had no idea. The road to meeting Kamora Harrington would be my road to meeting Patrick, my road to be connected to the New Haven Pride Center. Hey, but I'm here. And then my road now to be on a Zoom with you beautiful youth doing an open mic and a showcase. Great. This is where I am, but this is what the cards has. You get what I'm saying? I believe everything happens for a reason. Everybody's different, but that was beautiful. Thank you so much for that. You're so cute, by the way, with your handsome self. You better show out. You're welcome. So next up, we have Ava on the list.
Hi.
Hi.
So excited. So, hi, my name is Eva Barber, and I'm going to be sharing a monologue that I wrote about the term typecast in theater and society and kind of finding our place in this world. Typecast. A role, a part, a character. What is a typecast? We are assigned one. I know that much. We don't pick, and we can't consciously change. It's based on our appearance, status, voice, race, religion, gender, age, sexuality, and clothes. The places we know, places we've been, the privilege we have. It's a term used to define a person who is assigned a role based on things they have no control over. It follows them throughout their life. It changes when they change. On stage, we see a young girl. She plays an ingenue, a love interest, pretty young, the innocence of the story, hopeful and slightly oblivious to mortality. As she ages, she has perfected this role, yet she won't have the chance to play it anymore. Despite the fact that she's even better than before, why? Now she is older and expected to know who she is, be married, no new love, a solid, stable relationship. She must have the answers to everything. No questions, no self-doubt, no wondering. A simple life of compliance and moderation. Bursts and explosions of passion must be extinguished. That was in her youth, she told her children. Maybe there is something to be said here. As soon as you master a role, it must go, but also you never travel far. You're still on the same flower, just a different petal. This woman rarely gets to play a comedic role. She only gives laughs when they are congruent with shame. Shame for her body, household stewardship, or a dumb blonde moment. She is too much. Be less, be tame, controlled, and predictable. That is where her humor lies. She is the joke. One role lasts as long as it can till someone loses their accent, weight, youth, or looks. Then another trait is picked, ridiculed, and selected, becoming their new identity. Can roles change for the better? We all have a typecast. The token POC, a forced attempt at inclusivity. The fat girl, she's fat, that's it. The hunky daft boy toy. The smart nerd who can never get a girl. The girl who can never get the smarts. The poor people fighting to be rich. The rich people struggling to be understood. Old person, wise. Young person, misunderstood. The character with a southern accent. The character with the New York accent. Cue the curtain, this ensemble is roaring and ready to go. Are some roles better than others, such as a lead? How does one find out they are lead quality, while some are backup, understudy, ensemble? Are all roles necessary? Are some over or undervalued? Do the parts we play help create diversity, or do they limit people to think that they are singular? Can the world we have different people playing the same parts? Is a typecast a theater word, or is it a word that our society has defined and pursued? Do we live with it, or do we fight it? What is a typecast? The end.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Burst and explosion of passion must be extinguished and still on the same flower, just a different petal. Ooh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, that beautiful, beautiful. Me being a spoken word artist, I've actually been in 2 plays in my life. Actually, shout out again to the New Haven Pride Center. They actually had a whole viewing. They teamed up with Comores Culture Corner, which is behind me, to view my play that I was in called Daisies on Harlem's Doorstep.
Awesome.
They posted it. This was when it's been 2 months ago. Sorry, due to the virus, we forget timing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They played it. I think it was like 9 showings of it. So yeah. And I played a character. Her name was Can. And it's setting 1920s Harlem. So Can was this black bull dagger who wanted a white girl. And that was her whole thing. And how she was going to get this white girl and what happened. She was getting beat up by the police. It was kind of crazy. But I've had that experience, with acting. And spoken word to me is acting, So, yeah, thank you for that. And that's real. What role is higher than the next role? I think in a sense they all are important,
Yeah.
So value it. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And it's Eva. Sorry, I mispronounced your name.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm so used to it.
It's Eva. Gotcha. Thank you so much. So next up, we have, okay, so this name, I apologize ahead of time. Is it Brielle? Hope I'm right. Hope I'm right on Brielle. The floor is yours, Brielle, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hey, Brielle, we just can't hear you. So if you can turn up your volume, that would be great, okay? We can't hear you at all.
It's acting up.
Yes. Can hear you now.
Sorry guys, my internet is acting up. I'll be doing dancing today. So yeah, and I'm pretty dancing because I've been done dancing for a long time. Sorry, once again my internet it's acting up, so okay.
Hey, Brielle, we can't see you. Just to tell you, we have no video to see you. We can hear, we just can't see. Just to let you know, okay?
Oh shoot, yeah, I'm sorry. The internet is acting up. I'm so sorry.
Oh
guys.
no, it's okay. Trust me, we're living in the times of what it is.
Yeah, the internet is acting up. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Oh no! Oh yes,
Can you guys see me
we
now?
can see you now.
I'll be doing my dance. Okay. I haven't done dancing for a long time, so all right, so okay. All right, here it goes. I have a next song. So Okay, done. Thank
Awesome. Hey, Bria,
you.
cool off. You gotta cool off. You hot right there. You gotta cool off. I love it. I love it. Love it. And I personally love dancing. And the next time I host a dance battle, I'll make sure I'll let you know so you can join. I mean, I think in my past life, I secretly was a dancer. Must have been, because I just get so hyped. Or maybe I want to dance, wish I could dance, can't. That was great. Phenomenal. And anything to Chris Brown, of course, is great because we know he's a phenomenal dancer. So thank you so much. And it worked. See? The journey.
Thank you.
Hey, Alon, I know you're watching. The journey was real, but we made it, right? The journey, we had to work it, but we got there. Thank you so much. Awesome. So I have, looks like one more person on this list. Okay. So no, we don't have one more person. What I'll do is I'll open it to, does anybody else want to perform? Or perform again? Perhaps? Because I see that we're missing the last person who was on the list. So, and I think we're supposed to go till 5:30. Were we supposed to go 5:30? 5 o'clock? I'm not sure if you remember how long we're supposed to go. But anyway, I'm opening the floor for anybody else. Maybe Patrick, you can drop somebody else in, or some others in, or Taj and Al can come back. Allah can come back and talk to y'all. Would be great. But thank you to everyone that joined. This was, I mean, we had dancing, we had a monologue and poetry. You can't go wrong with what happened. Hey.
Oh. I don't know what else to say. Like, how am I supposed to fill time? Like, I could just be like, yo, somebody hop on an open mic, like again. But like,
right, if anyone want to, that's what I'm saying. That's why I tried to open it. Does anybody else want to perform again?
Yeah, I mean,
Allah, hold on, girl. Yeah, I know a next performer. Allah, what's good? Where's your poetry at?
It's in the house. It's in the house. I'm on the porch. I'm on the porch. But I wouldn't mind. I would read a poem from Advice from the Lights if y'all would like.
Yes, please do. Thank you. When you get put on the spot, it's real.
Hey, it's always good to have someone else's work besides. One of the actually, so I like this one, and I just got some hermit crabs recently, so this is like a double entree for me. Hermit crab. That shell is pretty, but that shell is too small for me. Each home is a hideout. Each home is a secret. Each home is a getaway under the same hot lamp, a means to a lateral move at low velocity. I live in the room of a boy I barely see. Sometimes the boy and his talkative friends rise two warm hands and try to set me free. And I retreat into myself, hoping they place me back in my terranium, and they do, with disappointed altruisy. Scatter patterns in sand, adnates, cancellates, gaping whelk husks, a toy tractor trailer, cracked and ding, beside the spine of a plastic tree. The helmet-shaped shelter of a shadow cast by a not quite berry wedge of pottery. If I have a body that's wholly my own, then it isn't mine. For a while, I was protected by what I pretended to be. That's what I'm saying, man. Stephanie's so dope and amazing.
Wow. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna need a copy of the book.
Yeah, you do. Everyone.
Yeah, Advice from the Lights. Bird.
Okay.
Wow. That was beautiful.
And so it's okay if we end a little early because it is Friday and everyone wants to go out and have some fun. So anyone want to do a last minute shout out?
Yes. I want to shout out Oliver, Mal, Taj, Allah, Alan, Eva, Brielle, Patrick, Aaron. You are all beautiful people. Thank you so much. This has been an honor for me to have some mental stimulation with you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the New Haven Pride Center, the Word, the International Festival of the Arts and Ideas. My name is Versatile Poetic. It's been an honor being your host. Don't forget the in-person thing. Put it in your pocket. And maybe round 2. You know, maybe.
Shout out to Versatile.
Yeah, shout out to Versatile. Being such an amazing host.
Fantastic host, yo.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So yeah, just reach out to me. Y'all have my information. It's Versatile Poetic, as you can see on all social media. That's my Instagram. That's my Facebook. You know, my Twitter. Just follow me if you'd like, and let's stay in touch. Let's you know, be safe out there, okay? Because it's crazy right now. You know, so just be safe, be clean, wash your hands. Many blessings to all of you. Keep the love. Just love people, dang it. We can't hug right now, but you can still love.
Virtual hugs.
Yeah, virtual, right.
I like the emoji that's like this.
I don't have, oh yes, you're right. Isn't there, real quick, isn't there a new Facebook hugging thing?
The Queird thing.
I don't have it. I don't know why. They don't like me.
Before we sign off too, I do want to do another Pride Center blurb before we get off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm an organizer. I'm an organized overall top of y'all. So I want to shout out New Haven Pride Center is doing a fundraiser on Saturday the 6th. Please join us on whatever platform you can, Facebook, Zoom. Look on our Facebook page and account for the links to that. We also have our flag raising ceremony on the 1st at 12 o'clock. So make sure you be around, because like Pride is every year. It doesn't matter. We're not letting COVID take us out. We also have this amazing art show opening on Monday, which will be live. And the art is all by trans artists, inspired by Stephanie Burt, Advice from the Lights. And as y'all know, what June is Trans Weirdest, but like all month, like for my trans family.
All month.
We out here, you know. So we have some really amazing programming. We have Chill and Chulardas. We have a piano coming up tomorrow, organizing during COVID for the Pride Center, which will be centering organizers all throughout the state of Connecticut who have been very influential since we've been starting this thing. We have Pride Prom coming up for y'all. Look for New Haven Pride Center. Pride Prom is for high school students only, inclusive of the graduating seniors this year. So old folk down this Pride.
Dang.
Oh no!
Ernest, that just did her dirty.
I know.
It's rude as fuck.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice. Come on, that wasn't nice. Oh no. I was writing down what she was saying for that. That was a great plug. Pride Prom. Okay, you have a Pride Prom coming up. June. It's funny. I just learned something new. I didn't know June was Trans Awareness Month. I had no idea. I always thought June was like just Pride Month. But because I'm an educator, it's important to learn something new every day to me. So this is the new thing I learned today. Like I had no idea that June was Trans Awareness Month.
I forgot that it was about to be June in general. The concept of time stopped existing after it came from it. So.
It's Friday. Great. What are we doing? I mean, I know we gotta leave, but I'm sorry. It's like we don't have. What else do we have to do? Dang it!
Yeah, exactly.
Can we talk about our problems? Like, jeez, seriously. Thank you so much to all of you. I don't know. Yeah, and shout out to Allah. Sorry, Allah. Sorry that happened. Shout out to Patrick. Oh, by the way, I will send that flyer for that youth showcase thing I was telling you all about. That's happening June 20th. From 2 to 6. Patrick, I will send it to your inbox, okay? So you can share it with the crew. So, yeah, I highly recommend joining that. They're a pretty big movement. thank you to all of you. Beautiful. And yeah, shout out to StreamYard. I see you. This is okay. I learned that's the second thing I learned here today. StreamYard besides Zoom. Beautiful. Thank you.